It's Nolan.
Winning, they win. Putting on me and my friends. Slipped up and set in the trend. Oops, I did it again. Winning, they win. Putting on me and my friends. Slipped up and set in the trend. Oops, I did it again. Winning, they win. Putting on me and my friends. Slipped up and set in the trend. Oops, I did it again. Winning, they win. Putting on me and my friends. Slipped up and set in the trend. Oops, I did it again. 100% I'm authentic. I don't get down with the gimmicks. I keep it real. Never get bothered by critics that never been out in the field. Don't care how they feel. Stand on my pride, I'm drawing a line. Making more money than y'all combined. You're spending your days, you're watching for mine. You're reaching your hand, I won't give you a dime. I drew the plays. Hitting the gym for them 2 days. People be coming with Q&As. I just revive with a new phase. I'm a survivor with through the maze. Right off these niggas and turn the page. Nobody stopping me ever. I'm dedicated to having my way. I'ma get it cause I'm so much better. I keep a winning mentality. Turning my dreams to reality. Put in the work for my salary. Try to copy me, that does not flatter me. I'm the best, you can check my anatomy. When I rest, I'm recharging my battery. You been acting just like the academy. Take a pic, this is something you never be. Greatness. Quit playing, bitch, in my pavement. New nurse, I ain't got no patience. No money, I swim in that fragrance. New crib, I'm setting locations. Cooking up spill sauce on the apron. Clocked in, I don't need no training. My brain make all my statement. Winning, they win. Putting on me and my friends. Slipped up and set in the trend. Oops, I did it again. Winning, they win. Putting on me and my friends. Slipped up and set in the trend. Oops, I did it again. Winning, they win. Putting on me and my friends. Slipped up and set in the trend. Oops, I did it again. Winning, they win. Putting on me and my friends. Slipped up and set in the trend. Oops, I did it again.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Y'all already know. It's your boy J Nolan. We about to have a quick Let's Talk session. I got to get this done quickly and succinctly. I'm here for a good time, not a long time, you know. So we're going to get this cracking. Unfortunately, I can't just sit on here and chop it up with y'all the way I normally would, but I did want to come back and get some more content out before the day ended just so we can have another conversation. So we're going to get into this. All right. First up, we have Miss Nicki Minaj once again threatening to fire DJ Boof. Now, this could be seen as comical humor. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want this to be taken literally, but this is one of the stories that have surfaced online. Okay. So article states, Nicki Minaj is caught up in a fresh controversy after her tour DJ was spotted signing the boobs of a female fan at a concert. DJ Boof shared an Instagram story where he's seen using a Sharpie to sign a fan's chest alongside the caption, "I'm really famous. They asked me to sign their boobs." Shout out to DJ Boof for, you know what I'm saying, using his pronouns, you know what I'm saying, not really knowing what somebody wants to be identified as, just going and saying they. Smart man. The smiling woman on the receiving end donned a vibrant pink dress, but unsurprisingly, the rapper Nicki Minaj voiced her objection openly. Her comment on X, formerly known as Twitter, was swift and direct. She says, "I promise I'll fire him if I ever see this again." The fuck? A fan chimed in with the comment, quote unquote, "He over here trying to ride the sign my titty wave." To which Nicki quickly hit back like, "It's clear to see Boof wanna be me." The strong warning from Nicki comes hot on the heels of her recent run-in with the law in Amsterdam. The star spent 6 hours confined to an Amsterdam jail cell on charges of illicit drug possession. Okay? We talked about this before, but I'm just going to finish the article out. They say, claiming she had been unfairly targeted, she alluded to her luggage being taken without permission and attempts by police to hinder her from arriving for a planned performance in Manchester. As of today, she did reschedule it. It will be on June 3rd. I hope that goes well. Hope she has an amazing concert to make up. And hopefully, you know, consume your weed in the right spaces and places. And you won't have to worry about trading faces or suitcases. Whoa. Okay. So That's what we've got there. Smart move on Nicki's behalf, though. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing about signing people's boobs, you put yourself at risk, man. You just never know. It's the day and age we live in today. One day that shit is smiling and thinking it's all good. The next, he made me do it. He coerced me. So please, don't put yourself in that position, man. Sign the CDs, sign the posters. Hell, I sign your shoes. I ain't signing no body parts, man. That shit dead. Okay? Now, when it comes to Nicki Minaj saying that DJ Boof clearly wants to be her, again, I take this in a joking manner. But I'm sure there's people out there that are looking at that with the side eye saying, see, she don't want nobody around her to shine. This nigga get a fan coming up getting the autograph and she say, if I ever catch you doing this shit again, I will fire your ass. DJ Boof. No Sharpies. No markers. No pens. Only needles you need is on that motherfucking turntable. Again, I think they was all in fun and all in jokes. But DJ Boof might not want to fucking try his hand. His ass might be back in New York next week. So there we have it with that. Up next, we're going to get into Miss Megan Thee Stallion. I ain't going to lie. Surprisingly for me, Boa has hit the charts. All right. We've had enough discourse about that record on this channel. A lot of y'all loved it. I perhaps still do not. But like I said in the beginning, I like the beat. I enjoy the rapping. I don't enjoy the hook. And I don't enjoy some of the weird transitions in the time signature of the record. But I don't hate it. Okay? So according to Forbes, they say Megan Thee Stallion kept her busy and productive 2024 going recently by dropping Boa, her latest single. The tune quickly became a bestseller and a must-hear for fans and detractors of the Grammy winner. Following its first tracking frame coming to a close, the snake-themed cut debuts on a number of Billboard charts, pushing the hip-hop musician to a milestone hit on a pair of lists. They say Boa marks a very special win for Stallion on 2 tallies published by Billboard. The single marks her 25th top 10 hit on the Rap Digital Song Sales chart. On that list, it launched at number 3. Okay, so it's doing pretty well in the sales department. Over on the R&B/hip hop digital song sales chart, it's another milestone smash for the Stallion. The new cut marks her 20th trip to the highest tier on that tally, which focuses only on the best-selling titles in hip hop, R&B, and rap. On that list, it starts at number 4. In its first frame of availability, Boa sold 3,999 copies. That's sales, not streams. So she did about 4,000 hard copy sales, according to Luminate. That's enough to easily make it one of the best-selling tracks of any genre, and especially in the hip-hop space, they state. This week, she comes in behind only massive singles from the likes of Kendrick Lamar, Tommy Richmond, and Macklemore. Boa wasn't only a sales hit, though it does debut highest on the purchase-only chart. Stallion's latest single reaches at least 7 tallies in its first week on the Billboard rankings, becoming a quick success on many of them. On the Hot 100, Boa narrowly breaks into the top 40, launching at number 39 on the most competitive songs roster, giving Stallion a 3rd placement in the region from her forthcoming album, which apparently only features tracks with titles that are somehow connected to reptiles. That's Forbes' estimation. I'm sure the rest of the album won't all be reptile or snake themed. But she's top 40, which we can't hate on that. We can't play with it. Even though I don't listen to this record, I haven't added it to none of my playlists or anything of the sort. If you can debut in the top 40, that's what artists are aiming for, right? Hopefully it can rise. I don't know if it goes much higher, but if there's a resurgence of it, if it starts getting placed in TV, video games, advertisements, stuff like that, it'll probably shoot up. But again, I'm not the biggest fan of this record, but I am happy for Megan. Boa almost gave Stallion another top 10 on the Hot Rap Songs chart, where it opens at number 11. It nearly matched that showing in the Hot R&B Hip Hop Songs tally, where it begins at number 12. The same cut also arrives on the Digital Song Sales number 14 and R&B Hip Hop Streaming Songs number 21 rosters for this week. So, Megan Thee Stallion is shooting up the charts. She even said on the song, I believe, she said, I don't give a fuck about the charts because y'all still ain't hotter than me or something to that effect. So, you know, it's doing its thing. She's doing her motherfucking thing. The tour is doing well. Salute to her. You know what I'm saying? Nicki's killing it on her tour. Meg is killing it on her tour. We cannot take those things away from them despite our personal opinions, biases, or feelings. Both of them are doing their shit at the same motherfucking time. They making money. They feeding their families. They doing what the hell they got to do. So I salute both of them in this moment. Okay? We're going to keep moving on. Speaking of Megan Thee Stallion, Dallas rapper, Texas rapper, Erica Banks has quite a bit, well, I won't say quite a bit, but she's got a bit to say about Megan Thee Stallion. She just got baited into an interview where she decided to take a shot at Megan, an ill-advised shot, if I may say myself, talking about there's a quote-unquote big difference between her and Megan. And of course, big difference, that is a reference to Nicki Minaj. It's a big difference between me and you. Y'all remember that song? I liked it a lot better when she performed it on stage. What was that, at the VMAs rather than the actual released version of it? Don't really care for the audio version, but I did like the performance of it. But Erica, you're not doing yourself any favors, mama. Here we go. Let's go ahead and pull up this clip. It's a very short clip. And then we're going to get into some of her past feelings towards Megan Thee Stallion, because what came out today seems to be singing a different tune from how she felt about a year ago. Okay?
You are known as the Blow Queen. You put out a freestyle to Coochie Man's I Think I Love Her, and Megan Thee Stallion put out a freestyle to the same song. Now, I saw that you pinned a comment on one of your posts saying that you want to go freestyle with her. Would you really be open to doing that? And how do you feel about Megan Thee Stallion doing, freestyles on the same beat as you?
I mean, everybody can do, freestyles on whatever beat they choose, but it's the big difference between me and you.
Okay.
Now again, fans came to the defense and said, yo, you ain't always been talking this type of shit towards Megan. You ain't been asking for no smoke. You ain't been talking about no big difference and all that good shit. You understand what I'm saying? It was all honky-dory, especially back in 2018 when Erica Banks came out and said, Megan Thee Stallion is my alter ego on Twitter, and it has been brought up. It has been screenshotted and rerouted right back up in your face. So clearly she influenced you as well. Maybe not as much as Nicki, but if I had to compare the rap styles, I think your style is more compatible to Megan Thee Stallion than a Nicki. So how different are you? You went through the same avenue, 1501, after Megan already was trying to leave. They brought you in to try to be her replacement, and you didn't fill the shoes. Perhaps Megan wore a size 8 or 9, and you was only able to get to about a 6. Okay? That's all I'm saying. So maybe there is a big difference, because she's on a motherfucking tour right now, performing in stadiums, doing her motherfucking thing, got Glorilla opening up for her. And you ain't opening up nothing but your mouth. But let's get back to what Erica Banks was saying before, because again, she was singing a different tune just a year ago. Just a year ago. That's, a year feels like a long time, but these shits be flying by pretty quickly. So let's hear what she was saying back then. Okay?
Again, that you are assigned to 1501, I know you get a lot of comparisons, like, oh, Megan, you remind me of Megan, you sound like Megan. How do you feel about the comparison? And how do you do this as far as like Instagram and TikTok and stuff? At first it was like a little different for me because I had never been like compared to anybody to that capacity. But then I started to just take it for what it is. I had to realize like people are going to had on opinion. People are going to feel how they feel. Like people are going to be a fan of me or not. Like it's been times where I've been at a show or I've been to the club and somebody been like, "Hey, Megan," and to you, to me. And knowing good goddamn where you ain't on Megan. Now you down, I like Megan. I think her music is good, but I think your music is good too. Thank you. I don't understand why two girls can't sit next to each other and be great. I feel like the media does it. Yeah, me too. I feel like me too. I got this whole thing where it's like the girl that sits next to me is my sister, not my competition. Like I don't never want to be in competition with no girl, especially a black girl, especially no girl, right? Because it's literally enough money and room for both of us to win and be great. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like that's so sucker, and I hate how social media try to portray and put us against each other. Right? It's just lame. Like why can't both of y'all be from Texas, right? And both have this Texas twang and both be good and know how to fucking flirt and know how to fucking stand on y'all do for a real time. Like, what the fuck? Why the fuck? I think like the world is so used to like drama, so it's like if it's not dramatic, like the world don't care for it. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. So it's like let us make it dramatic. So and then that's when they start. Let me ask you, but wait. So you and Megan, do y'all have like are y'all cool with each other? We y'all know each other? We've never met in person. We had like a brief conversation like 3 years ago on some personal shit, like on some heart shit. But other than that, like we never met in person. Don't personally know her. Never even seen her. Period. Other than for Instagram. Yeah, like and a lot of people think that we've like met and like had a problem or something. Never. I hate that. Maybe so dope. I think you're so dope. I just feel like everything was the sex good. Sex was, it was cool. You know.
All right, y'all. We're gonna get off this. Don't bring finesse 2-time into this shit. We're gonna get the fuck up off of that. Talking about is the sex good? I don't give a fuck. I don't even want to think about y'all two combining forces in that way. Give me a second here. All right, y'all, we back in the game. Big difference between Erica Banks and Megan Thee Stallion. You know, it is a big difference between the two of y'all because I haven't seen nobody ask Megan about you yet. That's a big difference in itself. I haven't seen her acknowledge you, speak on you, talk about you, think about you. I ain't seen her send a tweet your way. You say you had a conversation with her about approximately 4 years ago now because it was at least a year ago when this video came out. And she probably told you, more power to your sister, do your shit, keep rapping, keep doing your motherfucking thing. I'll see you at the top. Or maybe I won't. Oh, man. This is where some of these artists get real delulu, and I don't be liking that shit, man. Keep it cute. You know what I mean? Keep it cute. You ain't there yet. You not there yet musically. You ain't there yet numbers-wise, charts-wise, endorsements-wise. In no level are you anywhere near Megan Thee Stallion. The best thing you have going for you is that you have a comparable flow. You know what I'm saying? You have a comparable overall aesthetic because y'all make, you know, music for the clubs that you could twerk to and y'all both enjoy twerking. You like throwing your BBL around. You know what I'm saying? Which, hey, you paid for it, no shame. But it is a big difference. It's a huge difference. And it's not working in your favor. You shouldn't have ever said that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to sit here and rag on you all night. But you might want to get that shit together, especially as your career has been on the decline. Okay? Wishing you all the best, though. Next in line, we have Mr. Cameron. All right? This particular video has nothing to do with Diddy. It's not no CNN shit. It actually goes in detail about how he got his $20 million podcast deal for his show, It Is What It Is, which he hosts with Mace. A show that I personally have not been tuning into recently and probably won't, but I think it's pretty fascinating anytime I hear somebody come out and talk about the mechanics of their deal or how they obtained a deal or what their thought process was in going into a deal to get a major amount of money. And this channel was made on the thought process of getting inside the industry to talk about the inner workings. So when it comes to these types of conversations, I do like this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna pull up Cam's video where he talks about how he got that $20 million deal with Underdog Fantasy. All right?
Well, what happened is this, as far as me starting a podcast, it started with, I'll be on the phone with a friend of mine, and we'll argue about sports. And by the time I look at the phone when I hang up, it's 2 hours and 17 minutes we've been arguing about sports. And I'm like, why did I let him drag me into this today? Like, and so what I said to myself was, I said, all the sports shows to me were pretty much the same. And you had different personalities on shows, but the formats were pretty much the same. So what I did was, I said, I'm gonna invest $250,000 into this project. I didn't even have to spend $250,000, but that was the number that I said I'm gonna max out. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And I said, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build a professional setting and put on a suit, but talk how we talk when we talk to each other when it comes to basketball. Because you had a lot of people doing podcasts and they're in their living room or they're in their bathroom or they're on their couch. And if you get a microphone, a headphone, and headphones, you could do a podcast.
Yep, your podcast.
And I said to myself, what if we need to make it look good, but then we talk how we talk amongst each other. And I remember we did the first episode, and people was like, why are they letting Cam talk like this on ESPN? And I'm like, we're not on ESPN, we was on our platform, but it looked like a professional setting. And it took off. I did 3-4 episodes by myself. I actually invited Mace to be a guest on the show. And he was like, yo, man, this is really dope. Do you want to go half on it?
Okay.
And I'm like, yeah, we could go half, let's do it. So he didn't even have to put any money up, but he was willing to.
Okay.
I probably did 4 episodes and maybe 5. And they offered me $1 million, and I was like, no. And then we got to probably 10 episodes, and they got up to like $3 million, and I was like, oh, we got something here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then when we actually did 35 episodes before we did a deal, but I probably spent $120,000 because I kept shooting and shooting. And Mace had this number in his head. Because me, I'm gonna be honest with you, I probably spent $120,000. So when they got to like $6 million, I was like, Mace, we gotta, this doesn't make sense not to do the deal. Like, we only spent 100, and he had a real number in his head. He's like, Cam, we gotta do it. So we did 30, and we ended up doing a $20 million deal. So
Okay, let's go.
All right. So that's Cam talking about the process in securing a $20 million deal, again, with Underdog Fantasy for the podcast. It is what it is, or the sports show. It is what it is, sports and hip hop. And, you know, he said he invested somewhere in the ballpark of $135,000 to create 35 episodes. And at that point, they started getting some traction, getting some offers and stuff like that. I would love to know who offered them that $6 million deal, which they turned down. And Mace said he wanted to see them get up to 20. Underdog Fantasy came through and gave him that 20, right? And I think, again, it's always dope to see people that are able to turn things into something, you know what I mean? Come up with their own ideas. Because a lot of people don't understand, like, how much dedication, how much time, effort, discipline it takes just to show up and do anything consistently. To do 35 episodes of anything on a consistent basis is not easy. The fact that I get on here every motherfucking day and talk to y'all, sometimes 2, sometimes even 3 times a day, but, you know, for the most part, at least once, the shit ain't easy, you know what I'm saying? But because I fuck with y'all, because I enjoy doing this shit, because I'm passionate about music and entertainment, it's fairly easy. But if you take somebody out of their natural habitat, put them in this seat and tell them to do this shit every day, they're going to tap the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? If this ain't what they trying to do, if they not dedicated to the growth, if they not dedicated to the livelihood of it, to the lifestyle that comes with it. And when I say lifestyle, I'm just saying being on here, actually having to be entertaining, having to utilize your vocabulary, use your words wisely, not crash out in the process, while still being real, honest, and authentic to yourself. Everybody is not going to be able to sit in this seat. You know what I mean? So I salute him on that. Do I always agree with Cam? Fuck no, right? Did I agree with that shit he did on TV last week or whatever, whenever that was? Fuck no, right? But as an entrepreneur, I gotta respect how he put the money up for his own shit, which is the same thing that we do here as content creators. We got to put the money in to get the lights. We got to get the cameras. We got to get the mics. We got to get the mixers. We got to get the laptops. You know what I'm saying? On his end, he actually has to pay staff and production and all of these different people to make sure that everything is running and running well. So salute to that. As a matter of fact, when it comes to negotiation, I came across this really cool article. I meant to actually read it in my previous live from earlier today, but I guess it's as good a time as any to go ahead and get into it. All right. So it's this lady by the name of Miss Pizarro, Lovelyti Pizarro. Okay. And she put an essay out. She is a managing partner of a company called Influence Media Partners, which is a New York headquartered music and entertainment company whose mission is to transform the music space by partnering with artists, songwriters, and creative executives to steward legacy works and build future brand value. In 2022, Pizarro secured a $750 million fund backed by BlackRock Inc. and Warner Music Group to invest in music IP from artists with global reach. Okay, so they acquire catalogs in simplest terms. Pizarro has built deep partnerships with artists and songwriters over the course of her career, working with Bruno Mars, Future, Blake Shelton, and more. Last December, Influence announced a major partnership with Enrique Iglesias that involves establishing the name, image, and likeness opportunities for the artist and amplifying his extensive music catalog. All right. So she gets into the specifics on how she negotiates, her thought process, and all of these things. And this is stuff that we all can use, not just artists, songwriters, entrepreneurs, etc., but just anybody that wants to get ahead in life. You know, sometimes we got to strap on our thinking cap and really get down and dirty with the shit. You know what I mean? And when I say down and dirty, I mean not getting dirty as in doing bad business, but just be ready to duke it out so that you can get what you deserve. All right. So she states in this essay, before I founded Influence Media Partners, I spent a great deal of time at a marketing agency forming partnerships with leading artists, record labels, music companies, and brands. I love the work and finding the right partners, whether Apple, PepsiCo, or LVMH. As I did that work, I noticed a white space. The music rights marketplace started to shift, and while everyone approached it from a financial or publishing angle, I had a different point of view. Can we partner with leading artists, songwriters, and entrepreneurs? Can we help them continue to ignite culture today and future-proof their legacy for tomorrow? She states further, we wanted to partner with artists who were very much still on the ground, making music, touring, and engaging with their fans. We thought if we could partner with them around protecting their legacy, IP, and catalog, we could go back out and find new ways to ignite their fans through partnerships, whether it be advertising, film, or television, or other ways to engage and drive new opportunities for them. We had a conversation about some of that earlier in today's live. She continues, of course, when it comes to navigating these major deals, it's one thing to write a strategy, and it's another to execute a strategy. She says it was fairly big ambition. We will be able to find partners to believe in us and help support us in acquiring these rights and artist partnerships. And would some of these leading artists allow us to partner with them and be a part of their bench? Enrique Iglesias, who's obviously a very accomplished Latin icon, allowed us to work with him and his team on his image and likeness rights. When I reflect back and we're on deal 5 of the image and likeness and starting to build out opportunities, it's so incredibly important and thrilling to see this come to life. It's a privilege and an honor to work with artists, period. So shout out to her and Enrique Iglesias for finding 5 deals on his behalf. I mean, we don't even talk about Enrique like that in our culture, and he out there getting to the biz ag. She says we have to deliver value for both our artists and investors, of course. When it comes to approaching these deals and partnerships, it's so important to make sure that an artist or songwriter really understands our value proposition and how we want to work with them, that they value partnership. That's critical as this marketplace continues to get more and more competitive. It's about leading with trust and having a common sense of what's important. A common challenge in the music business is problem solving under pressure. Absolutely true. She says you have to be able to do that, and I think about the comparison in terms of sports or other performances. For example, if a player on a team gets hurt during the season, the game will go on. If the lead in a Broadway show gets sick, the understudy will take over and the show will go on. It's a bit different with music. There's not always an equal replacement. Tours and releases shift, and being able to meet both sides of the partnership within those dynamics isn't always easy. It doesn't always go as planned. There's a deal that still remains really close to my heart. My client at the time was a consumer product company. The CEO of this company, who's one of the leading CEOs in the world, has a nonprofit that is very close to their heart, and we needed to deliver some type of entertainment asset in the summer. But the challenge was that they didn't have a budget at the time, and we had some media assets, but we had to figure out a way to deliver for this nonprofit without a budget. My internal team at RPM at the time was like, there's no way we could do this. There's just no way. And I've always been of the mantra, if there's a will, there's a way. It's a fantastic nonprofit organization. There are these media assets, and maybe there are other valuable things that we can offer. So I ended up going to market and asking movie studios and record labels if we could find a way to partner. Ultimately, I came across something I didn't even imagine, but again, I was willing and open to look. So I ended up forming a partnership involving one of the biggest pop artists at the time who had a film that was important to them with that film studio. And we delivered an amazing show for this nonprofit organization for thousands of folks. We got it solved because we all came together. I'm curious, are you talking about Taylor? Because how many big pop artists had a film last year? She says, when you see a challenge like that, I can't stress enough how important it is to be willing to be at the face of it where it may seem really tough. Or Beyonce, but I doubt it. Just spend a moment and try to think it through. Is there another way I can solve this? It may look impossible, but is there something else that I can deliver? She says starting a business and raising capital in the dynamic music industry can be really challenging, so finding ways to unwind and prioritize wellness has been so important. My family is the center of my world. I can relate to that, goddamn. She says my daughter is an avid dancer and performer, and my son is obsessed with basketball, so being there for both of them, being the volunteer mom, and supporting both organizations, whether it be the dance troupe or the basketball team, I love it. She says I'm Miss Lilette to the kids. I also enjoy yoga, and working with executive coaches and therapists has been incredibly valuable. So she says in summation, for entrepreneurs hoping to make their mark on the music industry, and I say this all the time, it's so important to know what your superpower is. If you are a brilliant writer, or if you really understand audiences, or if you have a keen sense of creativity, know your superpower and lean in and do the work to add value. I tell people this as well. You got to know what you're great at, and you got to lean into it. There's a million and one things you could get distracted with trying. Do what you do great. She says, this is a transformative, growing business, and if you're in the arts of any form, it is a privilege to support the arts. However, you can add your superpower to the mix and add value. There is a winning proposition. There is no shortage of need to make the business stronger and better, and so however you can do that, I encourage it. And some people would say, how the hell does that apply to Cameron? Well, Cameron has an audience. Cameron also has a perspective and a gift of gab that his fans appreciate, and it turned into a very lucrative opportunity for him. Again, do I agree with him all the time? Fuck no. But do I think he shouldn't be able to cash in on his abilities? That would be crazy. Okay? Last thing we got on the docket is Kanye West, who also is providing a value proposition for some lucky person out there, because he is now selling an anti-Adidas My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy vinyl, and he wants some real money for it, all right? So A Kanye West album autographed by the man himself is being auctioned off for a staggering sum of money, thanks to a certain message he sent Adidas while signing it. The item, a vinyl copy of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, was autographed by Ye during a visit to Paris in February and features "Fuck Adidas," and Ye scribbled on the front. Months later, the One of One album has hit the auction block courtesy of Moment in Time, and it will cost the winning bidder a pretty penny, with the seller seeking no less than $500,000. Whew. Check out photos of the vinyl. I mean, we're not checking out no photos of the vinyl because it got profanity on it. But, yeah. Okay. While leaving the Ritz Hotel in the French capital back with his wife Bianca Censuri, who does not seem to wear any sorts of pants, the Chicago rap icon was swarmed by a group of fans who began chanting, "Fuck Adidas." West was wearing a full mask, so it was impossible to see his reaction, but he appeared to endorse the message when he was asked to sign a vinyl copy of his seminal 2010 album. After appearing to encourage the crowd to chant louder, he took the fans' copy of the record and signed his name along with "Fuck Adidas" on the cover. At the time, Kanye had been stepping up his campaign against former business partners Adidas, slamming them for selling new versions of his Yeezy 350 shoes, which originated under his brand. He says, "Anybody who loves Ye would not buy these fake Yeezys. I never made these colorways. I'm not getting paid off of them, and Adidas is suing me." Okay? Furthermore, he states, "All these celebrities and the public will stand against a t-shirt or the color of my hat, but when y'all see me have my children hidden from me, or see an actual Fortune 500 company take advantage of one of your heroes in real life, don't nobody say or do nothing." He continued, "At the time, as far as the system goes, what y'all gonna do now? Take my album down again, freeze my accounts again, threaten people not to work with me again? All the non-approved 350s are corny." Okay? They were suing him for what he alleges was $250 million. And he said they're also not paying him any residuals from the designs he put out that originally had his name on it. He says, and they use contract clauses and 50 years of business experience to take advantage of an artist. One of y'all favorite artists right in front of y'all in broad daylight. Okay, Adidas terminated their lucrative Yeezy partnership with Kanye back in October of 2022 after the rapper made numerous anti-Semitic remarks, with the sportswear giant also freezing proceeds that were due to be paid to his bank account. So, who is Moment in Time? Who is that? Because that's the people who are selling it. What? Hold on. A unique piece of rap history. Moments in Time plans to auction this unique piece of rap history, but will consider offers in excess of $500,000. This album will be auctioned through Gotta Have Rock and Roll beginning on June 19th. Who's the fan that had this album? So Kanye is actually not getting the proceeds to this. Whomever this fan is, and they don't have their name written here, they finna cash out. So shout out to you. You finna get $500K for a vinyl you probably spent $150 on and got a autograph for. That's a hell of a flip. I ain't mad at you. Damn, I can't do the, the raspy shit anyway. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. For sure. Damn, maybe I need to invest in getting some goddamn vinyls and autographs out there, bit, man. Them niggas is getting it like that. Shit, well, YouTube ain't doing it like that. The music shit ain't doing it like that, man. You know what a nigga can do with that 500K? What? All right, y'all. As I told y'all earlier, I can't stay for too long. We about to go ahead and end this show. Much love and respect to everyone that tuned in. Much love and respect to all the super chatters out there, the Cash App crew, the YouTube Inside the Industry members. Those of y'all that have been joining the membership, I greatly appreciate y'all. I will see y'all later. Enjoy the remainder of your evening, and we will be back probably tomorrow. Okay? Much love and respect, y'all. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rags. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden, they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but you run no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.